Now, before I continue on today with today's news topic, I'd like to update you on the progress of the first Thief review coming next week. Quite honestly, I think I may have bit off more than I can chew. I may not be able to play both Thief games. I planned on playing the first two Thief games as my first video in the Thief series, but I don't think that's possible. The only reason I chose so is because, as stated in the previous video, I wanted to review both of them because both of them seem very strikingly similar. But personally, I may just review the first one for this week and review the second one next week, and then review Deadly Shadows for the last week because that's personally probably the last great Thief game from the looks of it. And I guess I'll save the last one, the average one, the controversial one among hardcore Thief fans. That's probably going to be coming out the first week of April, which I guess to many hardcore Thief fans, I guess that's what it deserves. But anyways, let's move on with today's news topic. So, Fable Legends is canceled. The future latest installment to the Fable franchise, which was also supposedly, and I'll say it with quotes, exclusive to the Xbox, even though we know the majority of Xbox exclusives are on PC. But not only that, Lionhead Studios as well is being shut down with the closure. And as I read from the article, the beta, there was a closed beta. The few that are still playing can still play it until, trying to remember it off the top of my head, until April, I believe. Now, personally, I never really cared for Lionhead Studios or the Fable games. I have played Fable games before. They just didn't really leave much of an impression on me or any game or the gaming audience in general. They're very, 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 very simplistic RPG games. Very simplistic. Now, okay, one may argue you're forgetting about the first Fable that had a lot of RPG elements. Well, yeah, technically it's the best Fable. And if you're going to play a Fable game, just buy Fable Anniversary. That's the better Fable game. Fable 2 and 3 are overly simplistic. Fable 2 kept some of the RPG elements, but it was really, really, really shitty. It's really just like, it's more of a generic action game than anything else. And then Fable 3 dumbed it down even more. And the story in the games didn't really fare much better. There was just, it's just boring shit. And the only thing it really had going for it was the art style. But other than that, it sucked across the board. It had simplistic combat. The fucking graphics weren't blowing anyone away. I mean, sure, okay, I already talked about the good art style. Like, any good art style can outlive any high-tech graphics we've been seeing in many tech demos we've seen in, like, PS4 exclusives like Killzone and or 1886. But sure, having your game look pretty just doesn't. That's all, like, fucking. That's all people are gonna remember Fable for. It's that one generic RPG with a pretty art style and everyone's British or whatever. And the guy behind it, Pierre Molyneux, I have no idea what. I don't even think that guy really knew what the fuck he was doing, because clearly, throughout the entire series with that game, I'm still completely dumbfounded as to how he could create, like, the first Fable. He laid the basis, and he made two more, and never made any improvements. He just dumbed it down further. He just dumbed it down. He didn't improve the series anyway. He just dumbed it down. Lionhead Studios, just, I don't know. It's really just doesn't really sadden me in any way. Like, I mean, sure, to anyone who was working there and lost a job, I would be sad for them, but the games they created, it's just not very memorable. Not very memorable at all. And I don't think people will really bat an eye at the fact that they close, because really, when you compare Fable games, like when you compare Fable games to every other game out there on the market, you will be telling yourself there is much better games. And like I said earlier, all it has going for is its art style. It has the looks. It just doesn't go the extra mile. See what I mean? It's kind of like Destiny. It has the art style, has all this talent behind it, has music, it has high presentation values, but it doesn't go the extra mile. It just doesn't. Seriously, it's fucking laziness. It's just the thing I really hate about AAA gaming. And fucking Fable's been doing it way before, since it was really common like it is today. Anyway, I'm the Canadian, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.